we struck out a lot in VC meetings, and if someone offered me $5 million to finance a business, I would have taken it, but we didn't have that opportunity. So we wanted to maintain as much of our equity as possible because it gave us options, and I'll talk about that later. So we took what's called a convertible note, which is basically a debt instrument that converts into equity a trigger event, such as a company sale or evaluation and stuff like that. So we ran the gamut for financing. We did what we had to do to survive, and it worked. I mean, it was a very lean company. We had 5 employees at our height. It wasn't a huge company. We used a lot of contract labor. We did a lot of the stuff in-house, like marketing. Federico somehow learned Photoshop and became like our CMO, which had mixed results, but we did it. So the next picture is me holding up a letter that I sent to my grandparents, solidifying the loan that they gave me. I'm probably 50 pounds less than I am now because I wasn't eating for a while because I couldn't afford food. And it was a very happy moment for us because that gave us energy to take our companies to the next level. So very exciting day. So the next one is the growth stage. This is fun. I mean, the idea is fun because anything's possible with growth, like people are using your product, you're getting good feedback, stuff's moving forward, which is really exciting, but as the bucket shows, there's leaks that spring up everywhere. Now you have people that aren't the founders involved in the company. You can't really control their personalities because you don't know them as well. So they might be terrible human beings, but you still have to work with them. Now you have users providing feedback and saying how much your company sucks. Like that's never fun to do. Like, you know, just people hate on you because that's what people do, like on Yelp and whatnot. You have teams that now are endorsing your product and they demand perfection. So if there's a hiccup on the technology, you have to deal with it no matter what the time of the day. A lot of crazy stuff, but again, overall fun. I love this stage. So this is the first game that we did at the University of Maryland with our team. Like in the game, we set up this table, we had banners, we had iPads that allowed you to purchase tickets, and we hired an army of college kids to just run around and pretty much hassle everybody to use our product. And it worked for us. And you know, we went to like 20 basketball games that year, which got annoying after a while, but no one else could do this for us. We had to learn what the customers were thinking, what they liked about our product, what they hated about our product. And the only way to do that is look people in the eye and solicit feedback. So that was the first game of the year. This is the first check that we gave the University of Maryland for the first game of $87.80. Thank you. That's how many tickets. I mean, we released this product on the first game. We had no idea if it was going to work. We didn't know if the signal was going to collapse. Nobody would really heard of us, and we just kind of prayed that somebody would use this crazy app that they had to download on the spot. And we sold like 20 tickets that first night. And I was like, holy shit, like people paid 20 bucks a pop for 20 tickets to move down. And it was awesome. So we gave Maryland that first check and we took a picture of it because it was a big deal. The next one is kind of as we advanced, like, you know, more pro teams started to know us. We got to go to arenas and kind of live a fun life. This was us going to the Barclays Center for the Brooklyn Nets. We were in their program. We got to be in like Jay-Z 30-30 club. It was really cool and fun. But that was like the culmination of all the hard work it took to get to that point when people, you know, started to notice you and saw that this worked and the fans liked it and kind of went on this journey. These are some tweets from the University of Memphis with the Grizzlies about, you know, people that actually liked us. I didn't include the stuff that the people hated because that would depress me, but you know, you had your fans and you had people that liked what you did, and it was just cool to see, especially the one with the kids. I was like, oh yeah, I mean, it's a great day for dads to take their kids to a game and give them courtside seats. I mean, how cool is that? The guy couldn't afford it himself, but for an extra 40 bucks, his kids got courtside. So, you know, these are the teams that we started getting, and you can see that's 2013 to 2014. So we went from Maryland into getting, there should be more, but whatever. Click it again, yeah. So, you know, we got a nice little portfolio team. So this was, again, 4 people just grinding, and here we were in 2013. So this brings us from the growth stage into, and then that's a picture of me looking at a picture of me because the University of Maryland wanted to capitalize on what we were doing and kind of exploited me for their marketing efforts without paying me any money. So that was me looking at a poster of me that I never approved. And the next one is kind of, okay, you're at this growth stage, and this is what we talked about earlier. So you have these doors, right? And this is going to happen as you start getting noticed. Like companies, bigger companies are going to take notice of you, and you have options. You can take a buyout if you're lucky enough to get one. You can raise money and go on it yourself to get bigger, or you can just do the status quo. I mean, it's perfectly fine. And to have a services business or a consulting business that you're just making money year after year after year, and you have no no desire to get acquired or work for somebody else. Like I admire that more than anything. But like I said, with Let's Move Down, this was in 2013, we got to the point where we had some competitors who I hate, 5 of them at this time, so kind of everyone jumped into the market to chase 100 teams, which was like bare knuckle boxing because everybody was trying to do anything to get these teams. And we actually lost to Brooklyn Nets, who you saw in one of those slides, because one of our competitors lied and said that we weren't a partner of Ticketmaster, which we were. But that one lie made us lose one of our premier clients. So like that's how ridiculous this was getting. We had the Houston Rockets who dumped us because one of our competitors offered to do it for free, which makes 0 sense at all. They're basically wasting all their time and labor to give their product away for free, which we couldn't compete with. So we started seeing that like this market's getting insane and it's overheating and Ticketmaster's lurking and they're either gonna buy one of us or do it themselves. So we had a company that we had worked with that developed mobile apps that liked us and we were okay with them. And they sniffed around and made an offer on our company. And we rejected that offer. And then we kind of did like a dance for like over 4 months. Like we would sniff around and make an offer and they would make another offer. And finally, Federico and I said, screw it, like this is gonna be the best for us. Like we're going to pay back everyone we owed money to. We're gonna get something for our time here. This isn't the greatest deal in the world, but this is a good deal. I mean, this is a win. Like we took something into nothing and we will come out ahead and it's gonna be a cool story and we should do this. So we took the door on the left and we got acquired on the next slide by this company called OneUp and was in the Washington Post and whatever, and that was the story of Let's Move Down. And like I said, so I worked for OneUp. I had a 2-year contract as part of our earnout. The first 9 months was fine, and then stuff started to go downhill quickly. I thought the CEO was running our company into the ground. I thought he was an interesting man that I didn't see eye to eye with. And eventually, after our first year earnout, one day we just got fired. It was unbelievable. He tricked us into having a call to discuss about our year 2. And on the call, he didn't show up. The COO was on the call, and he said, "You guys don't work here anymore." So I had my baby ripped out from under my arms, which is fine because we knew exactly what we were doing when we were selling, but it was just kind of a shock, like, oh my God, the company's gone. But my CTO is still there, and we still have stock. So that's the Let's Move Down story from the 5 stages. So any questions on that?
Did you think about when you were raising money, did you think about going to Shark Tank?
A lot of people told us to. I did not go down that route because it seemed like a lot of work. And I didn't know if we could survive. Like, cause say we applied to Shark Tank and it was a 9-month process until you're finally on the show. I didn't think we could survive that long, so I was like, we gotta figure something out now. Anyone else? All right, cool. So that's the Let's Move Down story arc and kind of my experience running a startup. I'm gonna switch into some of the lessons and key takeaways I learned, and I have some videos to show to kind of stop me from talking so you guys can see other people. So we'll do that now. What's up?
So you mentioned that one of the